All right, what is going on, everybody? Hope you're enjoying the weekend. Welcome to another edition of Full 7 Rangers. It is your host, Raven Tapia. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and a comment. Turn on your notifications when I'm about to go live, upload highlights, or do a stream. You know the procedure. Well, as y'all know, they went on the road and played in Detroit. It was the battle of the original six. And of course, Rangers did pull off the victory. I truly don't know what it is, but it's something about the Detroit Red Wings. The Rangers just happen to have this weird look where they just always spank them. I don't know why. It's been like that for like the past. I would have to say now maybe like 5 to 6 seasons. Realistically, since Panarin has played for the Rangers, the Detroit Red Wings have just had the hardest time in the world to beat the Rangers. I don't know why. And if you actually look at the stats, they've pretty much been like mostly either swept or got like one or two wins out of the Rangers the whole time throughout the series. But it was definitely interesting. You knew Patrick Kane was returning, so he was playing as well. And we're gonna have a lot to talk about because on his play, it was just absolutely absurd. Like he had him and I believe Larkin had like an empty net opportunity to like shoot it in the net. Nobody was there, and somehow Will Borgen and Braden Schneider like prevented that goal along with Jonathan Quick on that stick save. I still cannot understand how the net's that open and you couldn't put it in the net. That's just it's absurd because you get paid way NHL players get paid way too much money to have that much room in the open net, and you're telling me you couldn't even hit that. You get paid millions of dollars, and you had the perfect, easiest empty net goal of your life, and you let three sticks stop you when you shouldn't have technically not have even done that. But we'll go ahead and talk about the stats. As you know, Rangers at first was out shooting the Red Wings, but the Red Wings started out shooting the Rangers. But you would have thought for a sec that the Red Wings was going to kind of give them a actual fight for once. But apparently not because JT Compher was the only goal that they got out of the whole game, and from there it was like nobody else couldn't give you anything. Dylan Larkin didn't even produce any points or assists. Lucas Raymond, Patrick Kane, Alex DeBrincat, like it's just and the funny part was Cam Talbot. He used to be a Ranger, so it was pretty much like the old Ranger playing against the newest older Ranger. So it was interesting to see. Now the Rangers did win a lot of the face-offs, and they were pretty physical in the hits, just like three more hits than the Red Wings. They were actually outplaying the Red Wings on every angle. Like they were out for checking the team, actually distributing the puck really good. For once, they actually learned how to move the puck correctly through the neutral zone with their board passings and things like that, which shows a little bit signs of life because now it's starting to seem like the Rangers starting to pick it up. However, tonight I am still very like iffy about how they're going to play at home because you guys know we already discussed this. They're a good road team. So it's no surprise that they got the win last night, but the $1 million question now is are you going to beat the Islanders tonight? Because there's no telling how they're going to present themselves at home, especially coming back from Detroit. And now you have to play another game when you just played one last night. So for all we know, they're gonna probably be jet lagged or some bullshit. And I'm sure that's going to be the excuse to why they couldn't give you a good game at the Garden tonight. It won't surprise me one bit. But we'll see what happens. I won't count them out fully, but I'm not going to expect them to get a home victory either. Because, like, come on. They're all in, what, 6 right now at home? Surprisingly, they're I think 7-1 on the road, but they're like 0-6 at home. So their record is an interesting one because, as I said, they're a good road team. We just don't know when that's going to turn around at home. But we'll get to this individual stats because in the first period, Will Cooley within 6:46 of the first period had got the power play goal. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Rangers had got themselves a power play goal off of Will Cooley with the wrist shot. Mika Zibanejad and Artemi Panarin was in the assist as well, which we're going to get to Artemi Panarin because obviously you guys know he went right back to Ball Panarin. And you know the last time he did that 2 seasons ago, he had dropped like what 49 goals and like 60 or 50 something assists. He had like 100 plus points when he went bald. So the whole some people are gonna say like, oh, him being bald had nothing to do with it. I feel like it was some form of that. It had to be because there's no other way. Even with the short like long hair he had, he still wasn't producing, which hey, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if he stays bald and he's gonna start playing like he did 2 seasons ago. I wouldn't mind it at all because he scored 3 points, and I listen. I had my doubts that he wasn't gonna do that, even though I know Artemi Panarin is the Red Wings' daddy, and he always scores like 3, 4, 5 freaking points every time he plays the Red Wings. So I will give credit to Artemi Panarin, even though he still needs to do this for a couple more games for us to believe that he's fully back into ball Panarin mode. I like what I've seen so far. Clearly, his slump did not stop him from doing what he normally does against Detroit, which is still the most interesting thing about it because right now, like Artemi Panarin pretty much has like 43 points against the Red Wings by him fucking self throughout his career being a Ranger. That's how ridiculous he is when he plays against Detroit. I'm not even making this up. Artemi Panarin has 43 career points as of last night playing the Detroit Red Wings alone since he's been a New York Ranger. So, like I said, this is nothing new for Artemi Panarin to do what he does against the Red Wings. Now, JT Comper, as I said, he has scored the goal. Mason Appleton and Andrew Kopp had the assist on that play as well on the wrist shot. And the Red Wings thought there was some kind of hope because they had tied it, but they thought wrong because here come the Rangers in the second period. Rangers started gaining way more dangerous opportunities and slot zones to get the puck into the net. And Noah Laba actually bats in one of them. And Noah Laba has probably been the best thing. Okay, I know we all hate Chris Drury right now, but if you ask me who's been the best draftee Chris Drury has got, it's got to be Noah Laba. Because even though I don't have my agreements with Chris Drury, I will say Noah Laba was definitely one of the best things he's done so far being a GM was drafting him. Because I'm pretty sure nobody expected him to do that. And here he is becoming like what Will Cooley was doing last year. That rookie is that's just fully blossoming into an NHL player. And I am all here for it, man. I hope he gets an extension. He fully deserves a contract extension because you can't tell me what Noah Laba is doing for the New York Rangers isn't like promising or showing you like he's going to be a perfect fit for the system. And it seems like what Mike Sullivan is doing, everybody is fully starting to buy into it, which is good because, like I said, they buy into it when they're on the road. The problem is we got to see this at home because now you're playing the Islanders tonight. You play the Predators on one Monday, and we still don't know what you're gonna get out of them. We don't know if they're gonna give you back-to-back victories or you're gonna get a victory out of them tonight, and then you're gonna get a loss out of them on Monday. There's no telling. We're gonna have to see tonight. And then, of course, Artemi Panarin in the third period scores himself a goal, and Mika Zibanejad and Taylor Radish had the assist on that play. Mika Zibanejad had 2 assists. And you know what? I got to say this. Mika Zibanejad is playing good this year. Nobody can listen. Nobody can say anything about Mika Zibanejad. I get it. Last year he was not the same, but this year he's playing way better, absolutely way better. Like he has brought way more life into himself this year. He's actually damn near a point per game player now, which is mind blowing to say. You would have never thought Mika Zibanejad would rebound himself to where he's gaining a point per game now, but he is. He is. So I'm kind of glad that the Chris Kreider departure did not stop him from still continuing to give us good hockey out of him. So I will give credit for Mika Zibanejad for manning up, maturing, and saying Well, I'm here. Kreider's gone, but I'm still going to give what the fans are asking out of me. So you can't be mad at Mika this year. You absolutely can't because he's producing. Say what you want about Mika, he's producing 100%. And at the 8:27 in the third period, out of nowhere, the man that we've all been waiting the whole freaking time, Alexis Lafreniere, had got himself a goal with a dirty dangle off the board pass from Connor Sherry. That move was absolutely disgusting. He fooled Cam Talbot really good on that stick handling play for that quick wrister. Man, that I really hope that's going to be the start for Alexis Lafreniere to put it in the net more because Lafreniere's been gaining an assist as well every game, so it's not like he's not like doing horrible. He's somewhat producing, but obviously people want more out of him by putting the puck in the net and doing a lot more physicality and defense and things like that, and not look like he's lost and just dead. So Lafreniere definitely improved on this game. Hopefully we see something out of him tonight, which I'm sure he's going to get an assist. But I will leave you guys with my final thought here because I am going to get ready to pretty much watch the Islanders game. They play at 7 tonight. So here's my thing about the Rangers. We all know that when they play against these original six teams, sometimes even the Red Wings, like they just have a field day with them. However, I just need to see this against the Islanders tonight. And you want to impress me, you need to give us a back-to-back home victories because it's gonna feel like a waste of energy that you play on the road, you do good, you dominate, but when you go home you give them the complete opposite and you're not winning a home game. Like every home game you have, you don't win. So it's like you can't be mad at the fans for sitting there with zero expectations every time you're home now. I mean, can you blame us? You guys are 0-6. So if you want us to stop having this like false hope that the Rangers are going to never win at home this season, prove us wrong tonight. We already know you're a good road team. We already know that. But what we need you to do is we need you to convert that to the home games. And the interesting part about this is the irony of James Dolan ownership. The New York Knicks are not good on the road, but they've been dominating at home. And then the New York Rangers are not good at home, but they've been dominating on the road. It's like the ultimate yin yang effect with what you're seeing in Madison Square Garden, New York City. You can't make this up. The irony, right? But hopefully, both teams that James Dolan is dealing with under his ownership turn it around from the home aspect and to the road aspect for the NBA team because it's an interesting situation when he's got going on with both teams. So hopefully the Rangers finally get the home win tonight. And if they do, I guess get your champagne, get your pom poms, celebrate. That's gonna feel like their Stanley Cup. But anywho, y'all have a wonderful weekend. I'll try to keep you updated after tonight's game. There's a possibility we might be doing it tomorrow afternoon because my equipment manager does need a little more time off outside of YouTube because, as y'all know, things outside of YouTube are sometimes a little more important than what goes on here as well because it's time balancing and things like that. But as always, y'all, just hit that like and subscribe. The highlights will be on the way. Thank y'all for watching, and let's go Rangers.